Hey, brothers and sisters. You may have remembered if you don't remember, on my first channel, I did a bunch of videos talking about he versus she versus he, and I think I done a few talking about black relationships or our lack of communication to come down to sex and other things. And I think I maybe touched the subject when I did a personal video about my girlfriend. And I talked about, the nice guy things of that nature. Some people got what I was saying, some people didn't. And I didn't want to make it into a black man versus black woman thing because for many, many years there have been people out to divide us, and to this day they still do it because they profit from us fighting each other. They profit from us not trusting each other or loving one another. So what I want to do is ask a question, male or female. How do you show your love of the opposite sex? How do you show love for that person that you want to be committed to, or just getting to know? Because I've often read articles or go on the internet, and they were sweeping down that black men don't love black women don't love black men, and while it is some brothers and sisters out here who don't engage with our opposite sex or people with a color in the way you think they should, I think it's a gross exaggeration that we don't love each other. We don't respect each other. Now we do come with baggage. I have my baggage. There have been women who hurt me. There have been women who took my kindness for granted because either they've been hurt or they've been conditioned to think that this is the norm. And if a black man shows any emotion or any feelings, that somehow he's a weak man. That's not true. And vice versa for any other woman out there that I've probably engaged in, or know of. Whether we've dated or not, or just friends, whatever, how the situation may be. And the same thing might be for you. And being a black man, I can only go by my perspective per se. That doesn't mean I don't sympathize or understand. But it's just that the thing is, a lot of people are saying that black men can't love, that we don't want to be protectors and providers. And the same for black women. They say black women can't love or be nurturers and things of that nature. And what happened is we have these things put in our head from a very young age. And if we have a bad experience here or a bad experience there or multiple bad experiences, we think that's how it is for the rest of our lives. Sometimes we got to understand that we got to open up and understand that, people hurt. And our experiences are extremely unique considering that historically the black family was to be designed to be divided. And I'm not talking about just being taken away and put in another part of town or another country. I'm talking about divided even though they live in the same household, even though they live next to each other. I mean, think about it. If you go to school, you have female to male cliques. If that one female is not digging that one male, people take sides. The same thing happens in the workplace. If one woman doesn't like another woman or another man or vice versa, what happens? They all take sides. And we've allowed people to come from outside community to come in and divide us. This is why I said in those videos, if you remember what I said, that feminism has helped done a great deal of damage to the black male-female dynamic relationship. For 40-something years, the black woman has been told that the black man is the reason why she has problems. The black man has been told that the reason why he has issues or that his sisters don't stand with him. Now, some of that can be true to a degree, but for the most part, there's people pushing and pulling. I love the black woman. I mean, let me rephrase that. I love black women more, but I love women in general. But I love black women more because I come from black people. I know our history. I know our struggles. But unfortunately, we've allowed people in the images to tell us otherwise. This is why Hollywood is now pushing inter-ethnic images or relationships in television shows. But you always notice that if it's in the commercial, they push it because it's real quick. It's very subtle. But if it's on an actual prime time show or movie, it's a certain type of black woman. There's a certain type of black man they engage in these relationships. Give you an example. If you watch your local news, if you notice if it's a white woman that's a little bit old or may be a little frumpy, and when I mean frumpy, a little bit heavier, may not be as attractive to most men, they put her right next to a black man, and usually a older black man at that who doesn't seem to be threatening. If you do get a young black man, he's so whitewashed or let's be honest, effeminate that he doesn't perceive a threat either. And then they put a black woman where they put him next to older white man, but he's seen to be more respected in the news organization or the media. If they put him next to a younger white guy, she's always laughing and flirting, touchy-feely. That's subliminal. Think about the TV shows. I'll give you one example. Actually, it's a daytime soap, and this is General Hospital. As we all know, those of us who've watched television, watch media, know that the soap is dying out because the production costs and just that people's tastes have changed over the years. It's cheaper to produce reality television or talk shows. Well, last year they introduced this character, Sean. I can't think of it. I just know his first name is Sean, and he's supposed to play this our Afghanistan Marine who accidentally shot his best friend and whatnot, and he was paid to be a mercenary. They did this convoluted backstory where his father was killed. You know, they always got to make sure our fathers are killed. And he just shut down because, you know, of his past and whatnot. Then they had the white lead actress. Now, I'm going to tell you about the character Carly. The current portrayer, she's a bit curvier in the lower end. I mean, she has a backside and body like a sister. I ain't gonna lie to that one. So naturally, they would always cover her up. You'd never see a full body shot of her. So I don't know if it's when it produces subconscious. They always want to hook a curvy white woman with a dark-skinned black man. But they hinted around for it a long time. Now, every now and then they kiss, but the brother always seemed to be the one with the hang-ups. Enter a new executive producer, used to produce One Life to Live. He has a history of teasing inter-ethnic couples, usually white women with black men, dark skin, usually curvier per se. But they never let it go too far because, you know, they did want to hint, they want to bring in the ratings. Well, from what I've understood or what I think I know, is rumor has it, if you believe rumors on the internet, that the actor's husband had issue with her playing opposite a black man in love scenes. Then others, some of the viewers had problems, or ABC had problems, or just a change in direction of the storyline. But either way, they don't want to see a black man get that close to a white woman. Now, they have no problem through the show history of putting black women, white men, having steamy sex scenes and all that kind of thing. Now, if you don't believe me, go pick up your next porn, your inter-ethnic porn, and watch the difference between the black men with white women and the black one with the white men. Or go watch the latest Halle Berry movie and see how quick they put a pair against a white man or a white Latin or a very, very light-skinned black man. Think about the movies with Denzel Washington starring opposite white actress, and they never gave him a love scene. But they had no problem pushing a sister on a white man. Look at Halle Berry. She did no nude scenes in any of the black productions she did. But all of a sudden, when she did Dorothy Dandridge, she showed some skin. Then when she did Swordfish, she definitely showed skin. She showed full frontal breasts. Then when she did Monster Ball, I'm probably getting them mixed up in order. No, Monster Ball, she did a graphic sex scene. But you would never see a black man and a white woman engage in that behavior. So this is why I say to us, we should question those images. Why don't we see a black man and black woman embracing each other? They don't like that dynamic either. So you have to ask yourself, who benefits from us fighting each other? But at the same time, do we love each other enough to put videos up or do things in public to say, hey, baby, I love you, male or female. Baby, I want to be with you, male or female. Baby, let's start a family and be responsible, male and female. See, that scares people outside the community, even within the community, because we've been conditioned to think that it doesn't exist. So I ask you this again. What do you do to show the person of the opposite sex, black, how you feel about him or her?